So I got dozens of emails today saying, have you seen this on TikTok? Have you seen this on TikTok? Well, the answer is no.
Is it because of the Chinese?
I assumed that TikTok was gone.
I don't know what the status is. It's not an app I use, but I don't know what the status is.
Well, it's back. I went to try to get on TikTok on Sunday, and it said no connection, but I believe it was only down for about 12 hours.
Well, what's weird is, I guess if you're trying to get it for the first time, you cannot get it.
I see. Okay.
You know, until they extend the 90 days or whatever. But I think if you're on there, it's back.
Okay.
I think.
Well, it was back for me yesterday. So Sunday, I just clicked over there, and it gave me an error message. Okay. And then by yesterday, it was back. And the president, Trump, has said he's going
to do what he can.
Yeah. But didn't the Supreme Court vote 9-0 to uphold the ban? I mean, I believe... I
didn't see the number.
It's a real... There's a lot involved with it, because some are saying that he can't just say, give him 90 days, because it's already been ruled upon.
I believe the Supreme Court made the ruling. Like, this is legit, and you can...
I thought that was their last gasp.
Yeah.
Me too. But Trump says, he's going to...
Rewriting the rules.
Executive order this thing out. Anyhow, so a woman went onto TikTok, and I got so many emails about this. Apparently, this woman went into a thrift shop in Kansas and bought, it looks like a cassette player with a cassette already inside it. Okay?
An old school, not a boombox.
No, small.
Just like a handheld that an old radio reporter would have used.
That's right.
Or that you would have. I used that same model to record songs off the radio.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid.
Okay, perfect. Right.
It's a personal sized cassette recorder.
I mean, a lot of us used to do that when we had you'd have the radio going and you wanted to get that song on cassette, so you'd be ready for when it played. You hit your record.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was so great. Make a mixtape. You should have heard mine, man. My mixtapes, man. Kids don't know now. They don't know that stuff. It's just right there.
There's a lot of new kids on the block.
I'm not going to say.
A disturbing amount.
I'm not going to say how much.
Is there anyone else? Because it's not a mixtape if it's just one artist.
You had to wait 2 or 3 hours for them to play the next New Kids on the Block song. That's what you had to do. All right. So, yeah, I did it. Now, the woman she's from Kansas. She takes the cassette home. She takes the cassette player home. There's a cassette in it. She pushes play. And this is what she hears as soon as she pushes play. And this is why it's been sent to us.
We're Rock 92.
WKRR, Asheboro, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point. All rock and roll classics all the time. This is Rock 92. And now, another extra long set of nothing but great rock and roll classics on Rock 92.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
She giggles at the end. Like she points up and like, what is this?
She's in Kansas. Yep. The song is from Kansas.
That's right.
But she has no idea what the radio station is, I'm guessing.
No, because the radio station is half a country away. And we're thinking mid-90s.
I recognize the voice guy.
Yep.
Because I was here when he took over. Mm-hmm. And his tenure was not long.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, we've had better.
Yeah.
He was okay.
The next guy was the
best.
best.
He replaced a legend and was followed by a legend. So he's kind of in that
That's right.
world of voiceover work.
So he was here. He was here when I was working here. I'm going to say mid-90s. I think 97, something like that.
That late?
95. I mean, I started working here in this building in 93.
Okay.
And I don't believe I was yet on this station when he was on it. So I think between 93 and 99 was when it was on. And so that just happened to be there. Now, I read the comments below, and a lot of them were, that station's still on, believe it or not.
They should just stick drawings of dinosaurs with short arms.
Yeah. And they're like,
Oh, it's back when it used to be good.
That was by far the number one comment. Yes, back when it used to be good.
Before they put those yahoos on.
Exactly.
The shadow of his former self.
One guy just talks and talks. Pickleball, pickleball, pickleball.
Yes. You read the comments?
Yeah.
That's all there was. There was like, oh, terrible. It's awful.
Still playing the same music, yawn.
Yeah. Still playing that. If I hear it one more time, I kill myself. That's Kansas. Carry on, Wayward Son. And we are still playing that today.
You're damn right.
I mean, full disclosure, we are playing it. that was awesome to hear. I thought that was really cool.
There's got to be more to the tape. I'm dying to know.
I wish I had it. I wish she'd send us the tape, so we could hear it. And that made its way to a thrift shop in the middle of Kansas.
And then to TikTok.
And then it had thousands of comments below it.
Yeah.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah. It's
I
really
don't I don't know how many. I don't have the figures in front of me. This may be a job for fact checker Rusty. But everyone was talking about TikTok, and it's an interesting, not purely generational divide, but there's a lot of generational divide on TikTok because a lot of people in my age group think, "What's TikTok?"
Right.
It's just kids dancing. It's whatever. It's viral challenges. But half of America has the app. Now I don't know how many have Facebook. I don't know how many have Insta.
I think TikTok leads it. But I think
it's
TikTok
past Facebook in terms of users.
If half of America has it,
that's a staggering number.
That's an enormous. I think TikTok's number one. I believe it is. It's so easy. The thing about TikTok is, and I do have it. I don't look at it much, but if somebody will send you a video, for instance, on TikTok, pickleball, something, whatever. And if you watch it and then flip, it goes right to the next one, and you're drawn in. It's 20 seconds, and it's like, okay, and then the next one, and the next one, and suddenly you're sitting there watching these videos for 20 minutes.
If you're not a member of TikTok, you can't watch one of the videos unless you have to do all this file changing,
yep.
which is, I think, sometimes how you get people, because you're like, oh, well, let me just join so I can watch this.
I only got it so I could keep up with my son.
He was making content with his high school buddies at the time.
He was, yeah. I saw one. This is the very first TikTok I ever saw was my son and 2 or 3 high school buddies. They were about 15, and they were in one of those buddies' homes, the basement, I believe, and were walking around with buckets over their head and pool noodles in phallic symbol coming out from between their legs.
Classic TikTok.
Just like smacking things with their pool noodles.
Sword fighting, as it were.
Yes. And I turned that video to him and I said, does this represent our family? And he was like, oh, classic. Oh. Classic on TikTok. Son.
Look at him now.
Oh, yeah. Look at him now.
And you know what? Let's bring it back. Are we really worried about the Chinese stealing that?
Do we care? If China has that kind of content, do we really care? It appears they walk around with
Let's take a look at their best and brightest. Yeah.
It's like they walk around with buckets on their heads.
Listening to dinosaur rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the 2 things they've got. The pool noodle penis.
If anything, China's like, we good.